كل فعل يراد به التقرب إلى الله عز وجل وهو خلاف السنة فهو بدعة ضلالة.
The last affair that I mentioned, ya ikhwan, and even though there's not a pathway into it, I wanted to mention it nevertheless, and that is the importance of patience in our marriage. We mentioned this yesterday. That many of us, we don't have sabr, we don't have patience. We'll have patience with anyone and everyone outside of our homes. But when it comes to having patience with our spouses, it seems to be a mountain that we just cannot defeat. We just cannot climb it. And in the affairs of the dunya, it's understandable. In the affairs of the deen, it's understandable. But even in those affairs, ya ikhwan, as long as they do not reach the level of kufr, of disbelief, you find that the scholars, they mention sabr, patience. And you specifically find this from a Shaykh Abdul Aziz ibn Baz, rahimahullah ta'ala. That Shaykh Abdul Aziz ibn Baz, he mentions, someone had asked him regarding his wife and the manner in which she covered herself. And he said, my wife, she prays 5 times a day, she prays. And she covers herself most of the occasion, but she does not cover herself in front of her cousins. And I've advised her, but she doesn't listen. I've spoken to her family, but I fear it's the family which is encouraging her upon that. So what do you advise me with? And Shaykh Abdul Aziz ibn Baz, Allah yarhamuhu, he said, I advise you with patience. As long as she is praying 5 times a day, continue to advise her. That salah of hers one day will force her to cover in front of her cousins. Allahu Akbar. Another man came to Shaykh Abdul Aziz ibn Baz, either came or sent a question, and he said, my wife does not take part in ordering my children with the salah. She doesn't order them. And I've reprimanded her, I've told her, I've separated myself from her, I've become angry with her, I've remained away from her for a week or some period of time, and she doesn't listen. Shaykh Abdul Aziz ibn Baz, he said, make yourself better. Make yourself better in your home. Pray more in your home. Show better character in your home. Allahu Akbar. Look at these advices, ya ikhwan. Look at these advices. And again, we don't say that there is not ever a reason for the husband and wife to separate. As indeed, no la shak, there are affairs in the deen that if the husband or the wife are not doing, that may cause them, even if there are children, to separate for the sake of your deen and the sake of the deen of your children. But there are those affairs where it is mandated upon us to have sabr, to have patience, especially with our spouses. How many qisas do we find, life of the Prophet ﷺ, where it would be patient? And Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha hit the dish from Hafsah radiallahu ta'ala anha out of the Prophet's hand, because he brought some food in a dish from Hafsah radiallahu ta'ala anha. And Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha, and she was a woman, and she became jealous, so she hit it out of his hand, breaking the dish. He didn't get angry, he picked it up, took a dish from Aisha, gave it to Hafsah, because it was right, Hafsah's dish is broken, so now you have to give one of yours to her. Said to Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha, this is from the jealousy of your mother. You have this, it's innate. It's innate to you. Patience, ya ikhwan. Patience with our spouses. Patience, my sisters. Have patience with your husbands. Have patience with your wives. If this, Allah Ta'ala, the first relationship He created for man was the relationship of husband and wife. Think about that, right? Allah Ta'ala created Adam alayhi salatu wassalam, and then from Adam He created Hawa alayhi salam. He didn't create for him parents, He didn't create for him children. He created for him a wife. Hence it is from the necessities of life, the necessities of maintaining our deen. فَعَاشِرُهُنَّ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ. Live with them upon righteousness and piety. We ask Allah Ta'ala to give us tawfiq.